Have you ever heard about a BMW that was faster than people expected, more thrilling than it looked, and secretly one of the purest driver's cars of the 2000s? I'm talking about the BMW 135i, a car that many enthusiasts now call the best BMW you don't know about. Because while the world was focused on the M3s and the big luxury sedans, BMW quietly built a compact coupe that brought back everything enthusiasts loved about the brand's golden era. Rear-wheel drive, a manual gearbox, perfect balance, and an engine that could punch way above its weight. Today, we're diving deep into why the 135i has become a cult classic, why enthusiasts still chase it today, and why some even say it's a modern reincarnation of the legendary BMW E30. But before we get into it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because we're about to take you into the world of one of BMW's most underrated performance machines. So let's rewind to the late 2000s. BMW had just released the E82 1 Series Coupe, a smaller, tighter, lighter sibling to the 3 Series, but while most buyers saw it as an entry-level luxury coupe, BMW had a secret weapon. They dropped in their most legendary engine of the era, the N54 twin-turbo 3.0-liter inline-six. This engine alone gave the car supercar-like tuning potential and performance that embarrassed cars twice its size and price. Out of the box, it made 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque, but numbers don't tell the whole story. The way it delivered power was addictive. You had a flat torque curve, instant turbo punch, and the kind of acceleration that made the little coupe feel like a rocket. Car journalists of the time said the 135i felt way faster than its spec sheet, almost like BMW had underrated the numbers on purpose. And if that wasn't enough, BMW kept the classic formula alive. The 135i wasn't about fancy tack or artificial steering, it was pure. Rear-wheel drive, a 6-speed manual gearbox, a short wheelbase that made the car feel alive, almost twitchy, but in the most exciting way possible. And of course, the near-perfect 50-50 weight distribution that BMW was famous for. In an era when cars were getting bigger, heavier, and more electronic, the 135i was a throwback. It was raw, analog, and playful, exactly what enthusiasts were begging BMW to make. And guess what? It worked. Drivers loved it. In fact, many said the 135i felt more like an M car than some of BMW's actual M cars at the time. But here's the twist. The 135i was never flashy. Unlike the aggressive styling of modern BMW M cars, the E82 135i looked almost understated. Some people even thought it looked quirky, but that was its secret weapon. It was a true sleeper. A car that didn't shout about its performance, but when you pressed the throttle, it could embarrass bigger, pricier cars without breaking a sweat. Enthusiasts who owned one knew they had something special, even if most people on the street overlooked it. Of course, the story doesn't stop there. In 2011, BMW swapped the N54 engine for the newer N55 single-turbo inline-six. It kept the same power figures, but it was more reliable and slightly smoother. Still, purists argue that the original N54 cars are the ones to get because that engine was a tuning legend. With just a tune, owners were pushing 400, even 450 horsepower, making the small coupe an absolute monster on the street. And here's the thing, this car wasn't just about speed in a straight line. The chassis balance, the manual gearbox, and the hydraulic steering on early models made the 135i a joy to throw into corners. It had that tail-happy rear-wheel drive nature that made every drive feel like an event. Whether you were carving back roads or sliding out of a corner, the car begged you to push it harder. This was BMW at its finest, building cars for people who actually loved driving. But wait, before we continue with how the 135i compares to today's modern M135 and why enthusiasts still chase this car more than a decade later, I need you guys to do one thing. If you're enjoying this journey into BMW's hidden gem, smash that like button, drop a comment telling me if you've ever driven or wanted a 135i, and subscribe for more automotive deep dives. Because in part 2, we're going to explore how BMW changed direction with the modern M135, why it doesn't live up to its predecessor, and why the original 135i has become a legend that purists will never forget. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. Alright, welcome back to part 2, where things get even more interesting because while the original BMW 135i was a pure driver's car, its modern successor, the M135i, went in a completely different direction and not everyone was happy about it. See, the new M135i looks fast on paper. It's a hot hatch in many markets, and in the US it's sold as the M235 or M240. It has over 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and modern tech that makes it quick, safe, and efficient. But here's the problem. It lost the soul that made the original 135i so special. Instead of a rear-wheel drive platform, the new M135i is built on a front-wheel drive-based architecture. Yes, it has xDrive all-wheel drive, but the fundamental driving feel is completely different. Instead of that playful tail-happy balance, the car now behaves more like a fast, grippy hatchback. Sure, it's capable, sure, it's quick, but it doesn't give you that raw, analog thrill of throwing the back end out in a rear-drive coupe. And for BMW purists, that's a huge disappointment. Then there's the engine. Instead of the silky smooth inline 6 of the old 135i, the M135i uses a turbocharged 4-cylinder. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a powerful engine, efficient and modern, but it just doesn't have the same character. The sound, the feel, the smoothness, it's missing that magic. When you rev an inline 6, it sings. When you drive a Turbo 4, it's fast but forgettable. And that's exactly why enthusiasts are still obsessed with the original E82 135i, because it represents something BMW doesn't really make anymore. A small, lightweight rear-wheel drive coupe with a manual gearbox and the legendary engine under the hood. It's basically a modern classic already. Prices for clean examples are rising fast, and collectors are starting to call it the hidden M car, a car that was never officially an M, but drove like one anyway. Think about it, you could buy a 135i in 2008 and have a car that offered nearly M3 level performance at a fraction of the price. It didn't have the flashy looks, it didn't have the M badge, but it had the heart, the balance, and the driving thrill that true enthusiasts crave. And today in the market, where so many cars are stuffed with tech and driver assists, the 135i feels like a time capsule. A car that reminds you what it's like to actually drive, to feel every input, to connect with the road. And maybe that's why people call it the best BMW you don't know about, because it's not about being the fastest or the flashiest. It's about being the most fun. It's about that grin you get every time you row through the gears, or the way your heart races when the rear tires break loose just enough to remind you that you're in control of something alive. So here's the big question. Is the 135i the last true driver's BMW? Some would argue yes, because after it, the brand shifted toward Turbo 4 engines, front-wheel drive platforms, and more tech-heavy cars. But the 135i is proof that BMW could still build a car with the magic formula. And today, that formula is more valuable than ever. If you ever get the chance to drive one, do it. If you ever think about buying one, grab it before prices skyrocket. Because the secret is out. The 135i isn't just the best BMW you don't know about, it's one of the best BMWs ever made, period. And if you want more stories like this, deep dives into the hidden gems, the legends, and the cars that made history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because we've got plenty more automotive legends to uncover, and trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.